Hello, this is Stampylonghead, and welcome to my Let's Play of the game ICO. This is going to be a blind Let's Play. I have never completed this game. I've played it briefly in a demo, and I've seen parts of it a little bit later on. I've never actually played through the entire game. During most of the cutscenes, if there's any speaking, I will be quiet so you can hear what's going on. So if you've never played the game before and you're watching this to see the story, then this is a good Let's Play for you to watch. But the commentary is very much going to be just my reaction to thing. I probably won't be commentating too seriously throughout the entire game. I just want you to experience what this game is, and if you want to experience it with me, then feel free to come along on the ride and experience the journey with me. So I've literally just loaded up the game. I have no idea what's going on. I haven't even gone to an opening menu yet. This has just started immediately straight up. Kind of took me a little bit off guard with my commentary. Seems like I know that I'm that boy, and I know I'm a boy with horns, and what I can remember from the demos, in a minute I'm going to wake up in some sort of kind of bit like a tomb, like inside something like a coffin, but I really don't know anything about the story. So here we go. Here's ICO. Oh, here's the menu. Okay, so that was leading up to just the main menu. So I don't know if we're going to have to watch that again. I assume not. No. Here we go. Straight back into the game. If you don't know what this game is, you are if you're completely oblivious, I assume most of you would know, but this is a game which was originally released for the PlayStation 2, and I think about 2000, maybe 1999, something about then, maybe slightly later on. And this is a HD remake. I'm playing this on the PlayStation 3. It does look very similar to the PlayStation 2 version, but I think some of the textures have been up-resed, and I think everything just looks a bit crisper and clearer than the PlayStation 2 original. But if you are sitting there thinking, oh my god, these graphics are awful, it's because this game was originally made for the PlayStation 2 and it is using all of the original game's assets. But it does look good. Playing it in HD and watching it in widescreen, it is a strong improvement over what I played when I played the demo all those years ago on the PlayStation 2. This game was made by Team ICO. I would tell you who the director of the game is, but I'm not very good at pronouncing Japanese names, and I can't actually remember his name either. I believe this game the concept of the game originally came in 2007, and the overall idea was having a game with a girl meets boy, and then they hold hands throughout the game, and that sort of creates a special bond, even though they don't really talk to each other that much. Get the sword. Okay, I don't actually remember this part from the demo. I don't think this part was in the demo that I played. So maybe the section that I have played was taken from a little bit later on in the game. Because I'm pretty sure I never saw any of this stuff before. I assume the demo was just the opening of the game, but maybe I was wrong. So what I can see so far is that I have been taken to this area by some rather ominous figures with a lightning sword. I kind of just look a little bit scared and helpless. We seem to be going up a large kind of mechanical lift. I don't think there's going to be much dialogue or anything in this game. That's part of the reason why I just chose to do this game. I tried doing a Let's Play of Deus Ex, and it was very difficult having such a story-heavy game and just such a large game anyway. And then I did a Let's Play of Journey very recently. You may have seen it. And I think that just worked a little bit better because there's not much dialogue. It's very much me just sort of exploring, and you see my reaction to stuff, and it's not me having to stay quiet through half the game because there's people talking and I don't want to ruin it. And I think this game is going to be very similar to Journey in that respect, and quite a lot of other respects as well. Just the whole idea of this sort of more artistic game, and with the sort of silent protagonist, and once again creating a bond without speaking, because in Journey, do not be angry with us. Oh, I missed that last bit. I think they said this is for the village or something. So it seems that these aren't necessarily bad people. It seems like they feel for whatever reason they have to imprison me. Maybe because I got horns growing out of my head. That would be a pretty safe bet. So sorry, I was speaking too much. I didn't actually get to read that part of subtitles, but maybe you did manage to. So this is where I remember from the demo. This is straight here, as I said, in this sort of coffin type thing. This little chamber, and this is where I remember playing in the demo. But I mean, the demo is only about 15 minutes long, so I mean, this is still a blind Let's Play. I'm not going to have any idea what is going on. We will be experiencing this together, and hopefully it will be quite an exciting ride. I'm assuming then that these are all full of other people then. Other little girls and boys stuck in these chambers. Or maybe I was the first to go in. Poorly designed. I was in there for 5 minutes and I've already managed to escape. For something that is designed to retain a person, I don't think they did a very good job. I'm actually moving the camera here. I can actually pan up and down and... sorry, tilt up and down and pan slightly to the left and right. I can do that. It seems I can do that for all of the cutscenes. Seems to be a bit of a trait with quite a lot of Japanese games, actually. You can do that in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. You can sort of have slightly more interactive cutscenes, and I don't think I'm adding anything to the game by wildly spinning the camera around, but it kind of shows that it is still in the game. It kind of sets it apart from being a film where it's just a static frame. It shows that it is in-game and you can move around, and back in its day this game was technically and graphically very impressive as well. Probably not so much regarded as graphically incredible as its unofficial prequel Shadow of the Colossus, which I will be doing a Let's Play of once I finish this one, which is held as being probably one of the best looking games that was out on the PlayStation 2, and even the PlayStation 3 HD remake looks still good to this day, not just artistically but graphically as well. So it seems like I escaped and I didn't get very far, and I've now been sucked up by some black goo stuff, and I don't know, maybe that was a nightmare. So it looks like I went cold when I landed on the floor, and I dreamt about some black gooey stuff getting me. Okay, here we go. Into the actual gameplay. I can move the left stick. I can kind of stumble a bit. I don't seem to have any kind of jump button. Pressing R1 makes me shout, I think. Don't know exactly what I'm shouting at. He runs like a pansy. Actually, when buying this game, I knew I was buying it anyway, but I was just looking through some of the reviews on Amazon, and I saw quite a few negative ones, and it seemed like the biggest complaint, well, the two biggest complaints, one were this game is overrated, it was okay in its day, but now it's outdated and it's boring and stuff, and I kind of ignored that stuff because I think they're people that either didn't get what the game is, or simply it wasn't their kind of game, which is fair enough. But another big complaint was the camera. I heard a lot of people complaining about the camera angles, and playing old games, you do realise that the camera is one of the really big problems. Like, play someone like, once again, as I mentioned earlier, the old Metal Gear Solid games, a lot of them have very difficult to use camera angles, and there's a lot of other games, things like Devil May Cry, the original Devil May Cry, the cameras are generally very fixed, and I think that was mainly due to the technical limitations, or maybe it was just the way games were at that time. I don't have full control over my camera. I can sort of shift it a little bit, but it's always going to just sort of be where it wants to be. And I think in a game like this, I think they could do it well. I don't know what it is going to be like for a gameplay perspective, but it will allow them to do a lot more dramatic camera angles and stuff, because they can kind of make you see whatever they want you to see. Okay, seems like triangles jump, which is a bit weird in itself, having triangle as the jump button. And I also only seem to be able to do it at specific times. I don't seem to be able to jump whenever I want. There seems to have to be something for me to be able to jump onto, yeah. So I guess I'm going to have to jump up to there. Do I have to be facing that direction? Will that do it? Are you going to jump, buddy? There we go. Can I destroy these pots? I can pick the pots up. And then destroy them. Oh, no, or just place it. It's a bit weird having absolutely no tutorial. I mean, it's good keeping it simplistic and not having HUD stuff and stuff coming up, but it's very rarely you literally have nothing. And I think a game like Journey, even that had very little, but that seemed to be slightly more simple. I was basically just moving around on that game, and then I had a few prompts come up every now and then, but here I literally had zero guidance. Luckily I've played enough video games to be able to assume what buttons are going to be doing what. Saying that, triangle was jump, so maybe it's not going to be all of that obvious. So it seems like I'm basically just trying to escape from this complex which I've been trapped in. There seems to be no obvious exit. And this is kind of just the time where, even though there isn't like Can I jump anytime? Oh, I can jump anytime. There we go. I think I just couldn't jump in that opening area. Sorry, I was lying earlier. Yeah, and this is kind of the fun time when you're just exploring. I always like it in games like this when you first start off, because there is that absolute complete mystery. You know nothing, and it's just what's going on. And did I just come from here? I find that I always play really stupid when I'm doing commentaries. I either commentate bad or play bad, and sometimes just do a combination of the both. I see myself always missing things. Like when I watch back my videos from editing it for highlights and stuff, I always think like, what are you doing? Like, why are you going that way? Or I'll just be like walking into a wall because I'm halfway through talking about something and I'm not really concentrating on what I'm doing. So I'm determined to focus on both. And this is going to be so much more about the game rather than me. This is going to be a showcase of the game with me just blabbering on in the background, just having my reaction to things. So I'm going to be concentrating a lot more on giving you a good showcase of the game rather than good commentary. Seems like I'm climbing up to the top of a tower or something. Once again, I'd actually remember this from the demo. I think they may have actually trimmed it down and cut out a few sections on the demo just to make it a bit faster, but maybe that's just because I played it so many years ago, I just simply don't remember it. Oh, oh. I found someone. Oh, this is the girl. Is anybody there? Who are you? My voice could be more different to his voice then. He's like, Tokato! What are you doing there? Hold on, I will get you down. I might actually just read the subtitles just in case you're just listening and not watching, or if you're dyslexic, or maybe just because you're watching this on YouTube, if the quality is not very good, you might not actually be able to read the subtitles. They are quite large and clear, and I think that is something that's definitely had to have been upgraded since the old version, the text, and that is so easily done. So, whoa, it seems I'm very high up and just completely surrounded by water. So you can imagine that playing this on PlayStation 2, I know this has been improved, but you can still tell that back in its day this was a absolutely gorgeous game. And it still looks good. It doesn't... I mean, some parts are obviously going to feel a bit dated and stuff, but I think the character models look good and the environments are really what do stand out from both a technical and artistic level. Okay, I think circles pull levers and stuff. X, square. I think it was circle. Looks like I'm saving my girlfriend. Or my girlfriend to be. I don't know if they do actually get together, but... Oh, that's no good. I'm going to go all the way back down now. Is this door going to open and give me an easy route down? Or am I going to climb down all of those bloody stairs again? I just jump over the edge? Probably not a good idea. Right. Down I go. Let's just do that, what I just did in reverse. Which window was it? I think it's this window. Here we go. Ah. I'm already noticing why people complain about the camera. It's just going to take a bit of getting used to. It's just every game nowadays, we're just used to full control of the camera. And I think when people always talk about old games like this, or just games they like from their childhood, and even like really old games, like games from like the 80s or just like early 90s and stuff, people always remember them to be better than the games that are coming out now. People always talk about older games with just the sense of nostalgia that games used to be better and they're becoming dumb now and stuff like Call of Duty and stuff, and you can understand that, but I think looking back on things always seem better than when they were, because now there's been so many improvements that make gaming easier and more accessible. I mean, it could be thought as in dumbing down, but I do think it's improving it, because now you go back to these old games that you used to love and you find things that annoy you now which didn't annoy you back in the day because you didn't know any better. You kind of just got used to it, and games that used to be really difficult weren't really difficult normally just because they're difficult. They're normally slightly unfair, and they'd have massive levels which are like a labyrinth, and it'd take you ages to work it out, and in the end it would be satisfying because it was so difficult, but in the working out, that isn't what was difficult. It was just sort of a bit of trial and error. But then you get games now like Portal 2 and stuff which are relatively difficult. I mean, I know it's not that difficult, but it seems sort of fair. Okay, right, let's try and get Milady out. Did I not jump up there? I swear I jumped up there earlier. Or maybe not. I'll try and call for her. Oh, you're not going to call back? She's just watching me. Am I calling her name as well? Is she called? Hi, nice to meet you. My name is. I think that's what I'll call her throughout this video. I need to come up with a name for my character as well. I call him. Okay, my character's. Oh, I've heard to see that. I was like holding my back, like, ooh. It's like I'm 80, right? Yeah. Done it. Fucking, how much do I weigh? Bloody snap that chain. God, this little tiny boy. And a flaming stick fell down. How convenient. Hello, Horn. My name is. She's kind of ghostly. She doesn't look real. Oh, brilliant. I have subtitles I can't read. What's the point of putting up subtitles? I think it's showing she's speaking in a foreign language, I guess. But I swear that one of the letters was a picture of a spider. They tried to sacrifice me because I have horns. I guessed right. I guessed it. Kids with horns get brought here. How many kids have horns? Is that a common thing? There's so many horny kids. Don't mean to scare you, milady, but there's some scary stuff behind you. Were they trying to sacrifice you? Oh, they've grabbed her. Come on, horns, get up. Where's my flaming stick? Can I pick it up? There we go. Okay, square is attack. Oh, don't. You put her down. You get back to where you came from. What is this stuff? Okay, is this their spawn point? Oh, I've saved her. Come on, milady. What was that creature? That came for you? It's too dangerous for us to be here. We need to get out of here. Right. If I hold R1, I grab her hand. That's what I read earlier saying about you can get a connection with her by holding her hands as you played for the game. This isn't us like nicely holding our hands as we walk down the road. I'm just dragging her around. Look, come here, this way, come on. Just dragging her behind me. Come on, woman, let's take you back to the kitchen. No, only joking. I'm gonna pull a bloody arm off. I can tell her to follow me as well. Okay, well I think this is going to be quite a good point to end the first video. So now we've got into the intro, we can sort of get into the meat of the gameplay in the next video. I'll leave that in a link in the description once I've made it, obviously. It'll probably be uploaded about 2 or 3 days after this video has been uploaded if it's not up yet. So cheers for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.